Hey, blood, what's happening though? This is YG 400 times 2 800 times 2 1600. What's happening though? Hey yo, this one of the best podcasts in the world, blood. Like you don't even understand. Like this 400, like boo. Like all I'm doing is booling and picking back. Like you don't even know. Pick up my album, Bay Dangerous. Is one of the best bangers. Check out my single, Big Bang. You know what I'm saying, blood. And like what's happening though? Like blood, like you booling? Is you booling? Like, are you booling by the bull or is you booling out with the bulls? Like, hey, babe. But when I'm like listening to Bobcast though, and I ain't chilling with the homies. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to What the Fudge Podcast with my man Vice Man. You feel me? You feel me? Like 400 times 2 to 800. I know, man. Hey, I don't really know how to talk without bees. So like, Ben, you belt me, please.
Look at the top of his head. Look at his lips.
Young rich music. Money in the power. Money in the money in the power. Money in the power.
What's goody? Welcome back to What the Fudge. Hey man, what the fudge? Episode number 22. Yeah, good grief, man. We already at number 22. I am your host, Sice Man. I want to thank you guys for coming back and checking us out. My week was pretty cool. I was getting my kids ready for school. It's been a whole lot going on, man. Them lines in them places was ridiculous. I was ready to choke out a couple of people. I think they need to hire some more cashiers in some of them places. Or maybe I just need anger management. Who knows? But today, I want to thank the homie YG. Let me go ahead and thank him for doing that intro real quick. There was a whole lot of bees he was throwing up in there. I also want to go ahead and introduce you guys today to my co-host, my homeboy, my brother, all the way from Texas. He's out in Cali, back in his hometown today. I want to give a big up to my homeboy. What you going by? I don't even know what you want me to call you on here. Sometimes we don't give out our governments, as you can see.
I guess I can just go by Dan. Keep it simple.
The homie Dan, welcome to the show, bro.
Thank you for having me.
How you been, man? How's it been being back in Cali, bro? How's it been being home, man?
You know, being back in Cali is always a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
The tacos out here are phenomenal.
You know? Everybody with the tacos. That's the same thing my other brother said, man. Him and them tacos, bro.
Man, it's just something about the way Texas does tacos. It's not the same out here. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. It's just not the same.
It's because they putting barbecue sauce or something on them tacos down there.
They like putting queso on the tacos. They put that cheese on there.
They putting that on everything down there, bro. It's ridiculous, man. But you guys know how the show goes. I want to thank you guys for checking everything out that we've posted, all of the likes, all of the comments you guys put on my Instagram at WhatTheFudgePodcast. Thank you guys for checking it out on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, YouTube, even SoundCloud. I don't even know why it's on SoundCloud, but it's on there too, bro.
Keeping it old school.
I'm keeping it super old school. I'm going to go back and put it on MySpace for a second. I'll take it way back.
Black Planet.
Man, I don't know about that one, bro. I ain't messing with that. That's too retro. But let's go ahead and go into our first segment, which is the news. And in the past couple weeks, man, it's been a lot going on in the news, but I think the only thing I really wanted to comment on was the main thing was LeBron James opening up the school with the free tuition, free uniforms, free transportation, breakfast and lunch, and
I think they said that you were even guaranteed admission to Ohio State University if you graduated.
It's exactly what they said, bro. That's major, man. That's stuff that these athletes, I think, should have been doing. They have the money for means like this, like they getting these multi-million-dollar contracts and endorsements. I think them signing up for something like that and opening up stuff like that, giving back to the community is really cool, man.
And it's really great. He's opening a path that the rest could follow. Setting the right example, letting them know that this is possible.
Exactly, man. I think a lot more should do stuff like I know Puff Daddy was supposed to be doing something like that. I don't know if he actually followed through, but big shout out to LeBron James. I know everybody hating on him because he done left Cleveland and he done came over to LA. He done came to the Lakers. I know everybody hating and they comparing him to Kobe, but hey, man, all that aside, I think this is a really good dude. I think he's a really good brother for stepping out, using his own money for doing stuff like this for people that are financially not able to, and just other stuff like that. I give him a big shout out. He could go out there and throw bricks this whole season and wouldn't nobody even care because of what he did.
I'm pretty sure people still care, especially Laker fans. You know?
Hey man, Laker fans are crazy, bro.
So let's not take it there. You know, they expecting big wins. So, but definitely he's off the court a great role model.
Yeah, definitely.
He's one of those people that you don't see on the bad side of the news or anything like that. So this is big ups to LeBron for that.
Big ups to LeBron. Hopefully, we can something like that. With something like that, you would think God would maybe resurrect his hairline for him, and you would think he would give back to him in some kind of way. But let's go to the next topic.
Something should not be resurrected. He's giving it one heck of a try though. So
one try, bro. He's painting and drawing and all kinds of stuff with that money, bro. But let's go to the next topic, which is. Man, I said at the beginning of my podcast I didn't want to be talking about this dude, but man, with this,
what dude is this?
Presidency, man, it's just hard not to talk about him, Mr. Trump. Apparently, recently this week, Beverly Hills, the city of Beverly Hills and Hollywood and all of that, they came together and unanimously voted to have his star on the Hollywood Boulevard removed.
Can we get a round of applause for that?
We got a nice round of applause for that, bro. Like, so much has been done since he been the president. I don't even know why he got a star in the first place. Have you been seeing what's been going on with all the stuff that's been going on surrounding the star, the Trump star?
To my knowledge, it gets vandalized pretty much every single day.
Pretty much.
And I heard a myth. I don't know if this is true.
Okay.
If you know if it's true, let me know.
Let us know what you heard.
That there's actually one Trump supporter that comes out there every single morning, early a.m., and cleans up all the vandalism that has been done to that star.
That's crazy, bro.
Now, is it true?
I don't know, man.
Someone
that sound
verify,
like it, bro. That sound like something. Right. So if y'all know or y'all catch them, go ahead and send us the video footage.
Please do.
And let us see that, man. Somebody out there lives over there on Hollywood Boulevard, man. I think that's something they should have been did to alleviate all this confusion and problems. I'm glad they did that. And forget you, Trump, but at the same time, I don't want no problems, bro. I don't need no issues or no people shutting down this podcast. Let's go ahead and go to the next segment on that note, which is dropping game. And this week, I'm going to switch it up with dropping game. I know normally we give you guys some more serious, focused stuff.
Okay.
But this is serious, Dan. This is really serious.
How serious is this?
Proper public restroom etiquette.
Oh.
Bro, this is so serious. I'm so tired of being in public restrooms, seeing old penises. I'm tired of seeing. Sometimes you come into the restroom, you see people with their pants down, peeing with the butt cheeks out at the urinal, and these are grown men. These ain't kids we talking about. And then sometimes some people just stand a little too damn close for comfort in there, bro. I mean, there could be like 7 stalls, and for some reason, this guy comes and stands right next to you to where your feet might even be touching, bro.
That to me is kind of disrespectful. Almost.
Okay, so tell me what's proper etiquette. You give me your standpoint, and then I'll give you mine on proper public restroom etiquette.
There's always a space in between, a urinal in between. Mm-hmm. There's now the exception to this rule.
Okay.
Is if there is a spacer that is high enough to where you are unable to view each other. Even then, if there is a space, a urinal in between, make sure that happens. It's proper math.
I agree, man. Have you had any bad incidents or any traumatic incidents due to improper public restroom etiquette?
So, yes. And this will break down 2 rules.
All right.
Now, I will say that the behavior that started this incident was my behavior.
So your behavior is what initiated it.
It did. I was a young strapping teen.
All right.
And I was inside of a restroom.
Okay.
This is where it took place.
All right.
And when I walked in
the public, right?
A public restroom.
All right. Okay.
This was, for those of you who know, at PCC, not the drug, but Pasadena City College.
All right. Okay.
And me being a young teenager, I walked into the bathroom and I was hit with an aroma.
Oh.
A funk. And
it was really bad.
It was bad. It was one of those ones where you kind of have to about face and ask yourself, how bad
do I really need to use the bathroom? Right, exactly. I already knew you was going, bro. I knew, man.
The thing is, this isn't a small restroom. This is a huge restroom. And I know it was clean. I've been there before. Mm-hmm. And I walk in, and of course, I make a comment about the smell.
About how bad it is.
I make several comments.
Okay.
Even while I begin to use the restroom.
Okay.
Unbeknownst to me, the perpetrator of the funk was still in the restroom.
Wow. So he was still present. The funk was there, and the person producing the funk was there.
Yes. And I'm talking a lot of trash about the funk.
Okay.
And the next thing I know, the door behind me, which was the stall, opens. Dramatic fashion. So clang, clang, all that stuff.
Right.
And I am in the process of relieving myself.
Okay.
And so I look over my shoulder, and there's this old man.
Oh, there's something about the elderly people in these public restaurants. I don't know, man. For the older people that's listening, or for people that got older people in their family, please talk to your elderly folks about their public restroom etiquette. So let's go ahead and tell us the end real quick, bro. So how did this horrible story end with the funk and everything?
With the old man telling me that if I was expecting roses, I came to the wrong.
And that's true, but I think proper maybe keep a little spray or something on you, because
now the thing is, I did not mention the fact that the old man, when he said this to me, had taken about 5 steps and was right above my shoulder.
That's really uncomfortable. So once again, personal space is very key. I think that's number one in public restrooms. Personal space. We gonna give you the top 3. Number 2 is exposure. Stop exposing yourself. Make sure you're properly covered up. Make sure if you want to get that comfortable, go in the stall and shut the door, bro. Like, do what you got to do. And I would say number 3 is funk. Funk is definitely that. I know you can't control it, but somehow warn people, do something, man. I've had people come out of the restroom and touch my shoulder while I'm at the urinal. You know what I'm saying? It's very uncomfortable. It smells. So make sure y'all do that so that you won't have no issues in the future. And hopefully we don't run into each other in the public restroom so that I don't have to go through any of these issues. Let's go ahead and go into the first skit. Speaking of all this crazy stuff, we have a person, we here at the What the Fudge podcast, we started so many things. We got so many ideas and stuff. We recently opened up a temp agency, and we're gonna go ahead and hear about this temp agency. Let's take a listen. Hello, is this Michael? Hello, everyone. As you know, my name is Robert McFinley, and I only came in today just to tell you guys that you can take this job and shove it up your... And to my boss, I hate you. Like, I really can't stand your fudging face, man. Like, I really... Like, your hair, your morning coffee breath, and the rolls on your neck make me want to vomit in my mouth into a cup and then make you drink it. Like, I really can't stand you guys. I know you're probably wondering, why am I talking like this? I got a new job. Fudge you and fudge this place. I'm out. Hello, welcome to the new hire orientation, everyone. We're happy to have you join our very successful new company. This company offers some very wonderful health benefits. We offer great monthly bonuses. Everybody gets a parking space that you don't have to pay for. You get discounts. Our company gets discounts at over 2,000 businesses. So pretty much anywhere you go, you're getting a 30 to 40% discount. We have free dress day on Friday. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. This never happens. Excuse me. Hold on. Hello, sir? No. I didn't have time to look at the email. What? Are you serious? What do you mean we don't have the budget for McFinley? We're not approved to hire him. But he's sitting right here in the orientation right now. Look, man, he quit his job and moved here from another state. Sir. Okay, sir. I'll call the hotel and cancel his room right now, sir. They'll put his stuff on the sidewalk. Hey, man, what the fudge? Did you celebrate a job offer too early? Burn bridges by going off on everyone? Did you take a dump on your boss's desk? Come to WhatTheFudge Temp Agency services. We will find you a job when you messed up, or just plain fudged up at a good thing being yourself. We got connects all over, with our 80% cut from each check, of course. So come on down, fill out an application, my niggas. WhatTheFudge Temp Agency. We've been hooking niggas up on the low since 1984. And we're back from that skit. It sounds like homeboy got a little too excited. I would have exited my job the same way, but I would have secured the bag on the other end, bro. It's
It was
pretty
definitely
bad.
Yeah, it was a bad situation for him. It didn't end well.
It didn't end well at all. Let's go ahead and go into our next segment, my favorite segment, man. What the fudge? Hey, man, what the fudge? And on episode 22 of What the Fudge, I think the main topic I would have to pick, it's been a lot of crazy stuff happening this week. In the past couple weeks, I would say the main thing I would say, everybody knows, the Madden 19 taking Kaepernick's name out of Big Sean's verse. What the fudge, EA Games? What the fudge, Madden? What the fudge was going on with y'all, bro? Like, what was y'all doing, young? Y'all was really tripping up there. Everybody knows what he says right there. I think they just I think they so salty and so mad that they can't cut this guy's funds off that they like, man, we just gonna be a butthole in any way, bro. Like, what you think about this, Dan?
I think it's blatant.
Mm-hmm.
It's blatant. It's unnecessary. You know, it's a slap in the face. It's Madden.
It's crazy, bro.
It's a verse. It's his name. And then I heard that Madden's response was that they tend to take out all bad language.
Cut it out, bro. He didn't curse. He didn't curse. Yeah, he didn't curse. Colin Kaepernick ain't no curse word, bro. Everybody know what he said.
And so I mean, it's a bullshit excuse,
right?
And it's, I mean, this kind of ties into the whole entire Pledge of Allegiance thing with the NFL. I mean,
yeah, they're always going to chase
the money.
They twisted it. They saw it was messing up their money. The original reason for Kaepernick kneeling was, of course, because all these Trayvon Martins and the list goes on. Philando Castile, everybody, all this police unnecessary killing of black people, black males in general was going on, and he decided, I'm not gonna kneel for a flag that looks at this as being okay. You know what I'm saying? And then NFL saw it was messing up their money, so they switched it to, he's being unpatriotic, because they know a lot of, NFL is all about patriotism. It's all about the Army, Navy. It's all about stuff like that. So they knew what angle to position to attack him from. And they not going to cut him off. I think y'all, instead of everybody buying the game, I ain't bought the game in a minute. But if I were to, I would just spend my money on Kaepernick's, one of his little foundations or something. Not little, but one of his foundations. at Van Lathan on Instagram from TMZ. He's the one that kind of started the whole little movement that came up with the idea. I thought it was a great idea. Check that out. Let's go into the next segment. Now, this is definitely in What the Fudge. This is the only, ain't nothing else happened this crazy that I done heard in my life, bro. Blake Griffin was ordered by his ex-wife to pay $258,000 U.S. American cash greenbacks in child support every month.
Monthly?
That's not yearly. That's not every 5 years.
So that's 12 times a year.
Well, you do the math. That's something crazy. She's a millionaire every year. She's a millionaire just by having a kid. So
I mean,
all the hood rats, I can understand why you want to have a baby by an NBA athlete. I get pretty. It makes sense.
Get a baby by me, baby, be a millionaire.
Become a millionaire for real, bro. Like you literally hitting the jack. That's why they be making fun.
They give that to someone that's already a millionaire.
Oh, that's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. That's what the fudge is a kid gonna do with $258,000 a month, bro? What are they gonna do? What are they?
I am literally speechless because this isn't coming from a broke family. This isn't someone that
with gold. Like, are they eating off gold plates? Is all of their food sprinkled with non-conflict diamonds or something? Like, I don't know what's going on over here, bro. That you need $258,000 a month, man. What the fudge, bro? This is crazy, man.
You definitely got to think about where is that money going to? What's happening? I mean, how did that happen? That had to be some great. She had to have a phenomenal lawyer.
I'm sure that is. I mean, me being in the court system, I can take the joking side out of it. I know that they go based on your income. So if they came up with that figure, that means that he's making something crazy a month. That's what they're going. They base it on your bi-weekly, and then in his case, I'm sure they're basing it on his either annual or monthly salary. That's how they getting that crazy amount. Blake Griffin, brother, I'm sorry for you, homie.
Yeah.
But if you got that much to spare, though, bro, you ain't hurting at all. At the same time, like I just broke it down, if you got $258,000, 258,000.
That the judge is saying you can afford.
You can afford, and that's not gonna mess with you in any way, bro. You straight, bro. You keep dunking over them kids, bro. I just got me one. Keep dunking. I'm about to start dunking over my car, bro. So I get some checks. But let's go ahead and go into the Instagram comedian of the week for What the Fudge Podcast, episode number 22. This week, this brother is really, really funny, man. He's a really cool, really funny dude. His name is @Richie.Loco. @Richie.Loco. This dude is really funny. I'm going to be posting a lot of his stuff. You can catch him on ADD on YouTube. And that is his Instagram.
You said that was @Richie.Loco.
@Richie.Loco. It sounds like it might be, of the Hispanic origin with the loco, but it's definitely not that. Yeah, you go get the complete opposite from that, bro.
So don't expect that.
Don't expect that. Don't go there expecting that. Let's go ahead and go into the next segment, which is the hip hop and R&B review. And this week, everybody know we're gonna go over the past couple weeks. I know we missed one of the weeks. This past week, Nicki Minaj Friday released her Queen album, where she up there looking half naked, crazy, and all of that. She released the album, bro. The album was actually pretty good, bro. So it's
worth
it's worth sitting down and it's worth taking the time out of your day and actually listening to, bro. Especially Barbie Dreams she kind of did it over the Biggie beat. My bad.
Which Biggie beat?
But what she did, it was the dun 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 dun. Dun, dun, Biggie, give me one more chance. Biggie. It was one of them, Joe. I think it was that beat right there. But she did the 50 Cent How to Rob verse over that joint, bro. Where she was talking about how she don't know if her stuff too wet or if Drake crying in it. Nah. She said that Meek Mill, she made fun of Meek Mill. She said
so she going after.
She said she don't mess with Young Thug because she caught him in the dressing room trying to steal dresses out her stuff, bro. Like she. Nicki Minaj was going in.
She going in.
She was going in on this song, bro. But at the same time, she said she did it to everybody she cool with. She did it with a friendly energy. If you haven't heard that, bro,
check it out.
You ain't heard it?
I ain't heard it. A lot of stuff dropped this week, and that's one of the things that I got to catch up on next week. So definitely gonna take the time to listen to that especially after that review.
Right, bro.
Especially if you saying she going after people the way she going after them.
It's worth definitely listening to. And you know me, you've been knowing me for over 10 years, bro. You know I ain't paying for no music. Go check it out on YouTube, bro. Go ahead. And they might not have snatched it off of there. I listened to it on Pandora too. If you got Pandora, they got it on there.
Or it's only on Tidal or something like
that. Nah, it's not at all. That's how I got to listen to it, bro.
So
it might be on there. Yeah, it might be on there. So the Nicki Minaj album is definitely worth going and listening to. Let's go into the next topic, which is the Travis Scott album, Astro World, man, with his big golden face and everybody walking into his mouth. I don't know what that's about. Everybody coming in his mouth. I don't know. Everybody coming and leaving in his mouth. Y'all know me. I'll be looking at stuff a little different, man. Like, what's going on here, bro?
Yeah, I took the time to actually look at that artwork, and it was a little bit trippy. I didn't know what was going on.
Crazy. It was a lot.
Is that like Chucky in the corner that was going into his mouth?
Yeah, right. Exactly, bro. Yeah. Some gymnasts.
It was some trippy.
It was crazy, bro. But the album was cool. I liked the album. Not all of them was bangers to me, but for the most part, I thought the album was really good. It's worth going and definitely listening to or picking up and taking a look at.
Yeah, definitely. The album is something that I was able to zone out to.
Yeah.
It's not something that I would say I picked up because I was expecting a lot of lyrical content, but it did have a really nice bounce and rhythm to it. There were a couple of tracks on there that really stood out, especially the last one, I believe it's called Coffee Break. I thought that was a smooth, jazzy, tempoed out vibe, and it really rode well.
And everybody's been loving the one that with Drake on it. Everybody's been loving that one that's on the radio right now with the beat switch up, and it's really tight, man. To me, I think it was cool. Like I said, definitely go check that out. That album is worth listening to. You know where I listen to it at on YouTube. Y'all know what's up. Let's go to the next topic, which is the homie YG. Man, YG released that Stay Dangerous album, bro. That album was, after so many songs, they all start to sound the same to me. And that's not taken away from him or nothing. Like,
he's definitely found his niche, what he's good at, where he's at. He's stuck to it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like you keep hearing that same, like, that's a YG beat. Yeah. That's a how he gonna kind of spit to it, right? It was. I still liked it though. Like, I like all the YG stuff. I thought it was really tight. I thought it was very coincidental that he was at the Breakfast Club this week doing an interview. He was a little tipsy, but I know that ain't got nothing to do with it because I would have said the same thing. He said some stuff about 6ix9ine and his song Sue Whoop, where he said he wasn't cool with the pink hair blood stuff and all of that. Man, I ain't never seen no bloods and no pink hair. I just seen red at the most, but I ain't never seen pink, bro. I ain't never seen that, young. So that was pretty crazy. And then 6ix9ine tried to respond back, telling him to suck his D. And the last song his last hit was Tooted and Booted, bro. Like,
so I thought that was crazy.
What you think about this, Dan? Was that his last hit? I know I ain't tripping. Am I tripping, or was that YG's last hit?
That's definitely not YG's last hit. I mean, that's probably the one song that I say isn't YG at all.
Right.
So who YG is today. Exactly. It's definitely something that got him in the game. It was that pop bounce feel.
Right. But he's had My Nigga. That was an anthem. That song was huge. He's had Twist My Fingers. And I know that these songs are being played in other areas, Big Bang. All these songs are being played in other areas than just LA. Because I know sometimes when you in a city they tend to play that artist a little more, but YG is all over, bro. I've seen him doing concerts, interviews.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's
in
funny
different
that
areas.
It's funny that you talk about the Breakfast Club and Nicki Minaj in your first review, because Nicki Minaj actually came out and told Tekashi 6ix9ine, yo, you need to chill.
Yeah, right. She told him, like, yo, the
Big Bang
YG ain't the one. YG
chill.
ain't the one to play with, bro.
Like, stop trolling. So yeah.
You remember that one time we was in the club and we seen YG in the club, man?
Right behind us on the couch.
Right, he was sitting on the couch. That crowd was crazy. That's when YG was first blowing up, bro.
Man.
We went out one time.
He had no security, nothing, just his homies around him. Yeah.
And it was pretty bad. That night, people got chased by 7 foot, 7 foot creatures. It was a scary night, bro. But that night was crazy, man. Something always happens. This has been like my brother, like my little brother, man, since we've been young. And every time we go out and go play pool or whatever the case, just going to play a simple game of pool, turns into helicopters, brawls, helicopters being called, and
tables being thrown, not chairs,
glasses being thrown and broken, and getting ready people to get. And all we went to go do was play a game of pool, bro, like a normal game. So
walking around and running into Brian Pumper and things like that.
Yeah, crazy stuff like that in Hollywood, bro. Like, just crazy things when we was just hanging out, man. We could sit and tell y'all stories for days. Maybe why have a bedtime story time, but right, we ain't trying to incriminate both of ourselves. Let's go ahead and for the last topic in this, we're gonna talk about that J. Cole freestyle. You know we can't leave this topic without talking about that, man. That J. Cole freestyle, bro, was it over the Uchiwali beat?
Yeah,
I think it was, man. Yeah. This dude addressed everything in it. He was going hard. He looked homeless. Now, don't get me wrong.
Are you talking about the video?
In the video, he looked homeless. Yeah. Like, he looked like, he'd be out there asking for money or with that. He might be doing the Rastafarian thing. My bad. No disrespect to my Rastas. I don't want no big problems for me, man. You know what I'm saying? But he looked a little crazy, but the bars, bro, you wanted the people to put me on to J. Cole, so let me know what you thought about it, bro.
It's classic J. Cole. Classic J. Cole. I mean, you could sit there and you could pick apart every single bar, and you'd be pressed to find something that isn't a hitter. It's not something where you sit there and out of 16 bars, there's 4 of them that hit you, and you're like, you got them. It's every single
bar, bro.
Just one after another, and it's an assault, and at the same time it's true.
Mm-hmm. You gotta listen to it at least a couple times, I would say. You definitely gotta listen to it a couple times so you can hear everything that he's saying in there, bro. So definitely go check that out. Where you check that out at, Sice, man? On YouTube. Y'all know where I check that out. Ain't no need to ask me that, man. It's right up there. You can go see it, or on World Star. They got it on there too, of course. Let's go to the classic album. My bad, y'all. This is the last topic. My bad. The classic album. Since we talking YG, I want to say that My Crazy Life album was definitely a classic. I don't know what Tekashi 6ix9ine was talking about. YG got bangers for days, and he don't need a whole bunch of features either. But he do, when he put the features on there, that's like putting an extra sugary, icy candy on the cake or something like that, dog. Like, I'm just hungry right now, so that's what I was thinking about. But since you're new to the podcast for episode 22, Dan, let me know what your classic album is gonna be.
Well, my classic album is gonna be The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Miss Lauryn Hill, back up in this thing.
Classic,
man.
Lauryn Hill.
Why you say that, bro? Let me know why you think that's a classic.
Oh man, you talking about songs like I Used to Love Them, Everything Is Everything, Nothing Even Matters, Doo Wop, X Factor, Lost Ones. I mean, and this is when she was at her prime. So lyrically, the album is it's phenomenal.
Yeah,
everything that she touches upon is bars. It's bars. It's soulful, spiritual. It's one of those things that you don't just listen to the album, you actually feel it.
Yeah, you definitely do. This is one of them joints where you can play it at any time period, any year, and it rocks. It's talking about everything that's going on too. That's what's crazy. That's priceless classic music, man.
You would be pressed to play a Lauryn Hill song that someone doesn't know all the lyrics to.
On some real stuff, bro. On the for real, bro. So go ahead, definitely. I like that, bro. That's definitely a classic album. Let's go ahead and go into this next skit. Like I said, we here at What the Fudge podcast, we definitely like venturing out and start new things. So we've got a brand new video game. It's funny because I made this skit a while ago, and seems like this stuff is still going on. It's not changing. Yeah, it's a video game about becoming a cop. Oh. And we all know how I feel about the cops. Let's go ahead and take a listen. What the Fudge presents a new exciting video game for kids. The Cop Life. This all-new exciting video game is a great way to see how cops function in society today. You'll start out in the academy as a new recruit, where you will have to work hard to graduate from the academy and become a part of the police force. Wow. The next level, you're a cop on the force, and as a new cop, you have to learn the ropes. You have to go out in the field and fight crime. The best way to level up and get promoted in the force to the next level is easy. Kill as many unarmed black men as you can. You will also get extra bonus points and an in-game paid vacation while your case is dismissed in court. Once you are the police chief, you can assign your officers to harass and shut down those pesky black kid lemonade stands. What the Fudge video games, making games that reflect our lives. And we're back. That pretty much sounds, I mean, that video game sounds like what it's like to be a cop, bro.
It could blow up.
It's a real life reenactment. People like reality in video games, so we figure we make a video game that's just like what's going on in real life.
All right, I hope you network out there, you video game networks for listening.
Yeah, definitely. Check that out. Right, yeah. Appreciate that, Dan. Appreciate that plug, homie. But let's go into the next segment, which is the movie and TV review, man. This week, I mean, these couple weeks, it hasn't really been a lot, I would say, as far as movies. Oh yeah, definitely me and my wife, for our anniversary weekend, we will be going and seeing the Black Klansman movie.
Definitely check that
out. With Denzel Washington's son. I know he probably doesn't want people to announce him like that, but I just don't know his name. I don't know Slim name, my bad. But I'll find out what it's something Isaiah Washington or something like that.
Well,
like,
I know it's not Junior. So.
It's definitely not Junior. He's a Washington. He looked like him. He sound like him. So hey, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but Black Klansman is where this is based on a true story. Yep. It's where a CIA agent went undercover in the Ku Klux Klan. So next week on episode 23, I'll be able to give you my full review. But Dan, does this look like a joint you would check out, bro?
It definitely does. First off, let me say happy early anniversary.
Hey, appreciate that,
and your wife.
Appreciate that.
Shout out, love her.
Hey,
but yeah, definitely. Black Klansman is actually a book that I am planning on. It's on my reading list.
Yeah.
So I want to actually read the book before I get into the movie. So I plan on finishing the book this week because I want to see the movie as soon as it drops. I believe it dropped this week, right?
Yeah, it dropped this week, bro. So it's out right now. I ain't got the patience to be reading the book, so I'm your typical African American brother. So I go see that joint. You let me know how the book was, and we compare the movies, and we can talk about that.
I spend a lot of time in bathrooms, So.
Hey man, sometimes when you drop it in number deuces, bro, you got to with proper bathroom etiquette.
With
remember,
proper bathroom etiquette.
You definitely, you can definitely get a lot of reading done. Let's go ahead and go to the next one, which is the Venom movie, man. The Venom, they released a second trailer for this, man. This movie, I'm gonna keep talking about it every time they release something. If you don't want to hear about this part, you might as well fast forward a little bit. But I love Venom. I think he's one of the most tightest villains in the Marvel he can even cross over and beat some of the DC people over there on the DC Comics level, I think.
Definitely. I
think this trailer exposed a lot more of what's going to be in the movie, what's expected to come, the action that's going to be in it. Some of the commentary was pretty good. They're giving you a little bit more of the backstory in it. I will be going to see this joint, and I will be doing a preview for it when it comes out. Dan, what you think about this joint, bro?
Come on now.
You should already know.
You should already know. We're talking about Venom? Come on now. Beast mode. Definitely, I think that this trailer exposed a lot more into the storyline and the heads and tails aspect of Venom and who he is as Venom and who he is as the person that when he is not Venom.
Right.
Who is being played by none other than Ed Hardy?
Ed Hardy, I believe so. I think that's the dude. He also played Bane. He also played in what was that movie that I love so much?
He did The Revenant.
Dream and Inception. He did Revenant. This dude, he's a beast, man. This dude is a beast, bro.
So
I love this dude as an actor, man.
Yeah, so I'm super, super excited. You already know I'm gonna be there in the theaters.
I'm probably gonna go get a Venom outfit that might be too small just to show my support for it, so I can flex on them real quick. Flex on all them little kids. Right, exactly. Literally showing my support, bro. But let's go ahead and go into the next topic, which is Kendrick Lamar's performance. Now I know this was the last episode or the past episode of Power, but I think people didn't really recognize and get that much respect like they should have, bro. Like, this is his first major acting debut. It's on Power, on a show that's like got a lot of pressure. It's a lot of stuff going on, and a lot of attention is drawn to it. A lot of eyes. I think it was great, man. His performance as a crackhead, a black Latino crackhead. I think he was on point. He must have been kicking it with some black Latino crackheads in New York, because I ain't seen none out here in Cali like that ever, bro.
For him to take the crackhead aspect of it, you could expect it from him.
Right.
If he did a good job as just a black crackhead, I'd have been like, all right, cool, Kendrick, come on, it's what you rap about.
Right.
But the whole entire Latino aspect to it, that was really powerful.
That put the whole twist on it, man. If you ain't seen it, check it out, bro. That joint was really, really tight. I really liked his performance on there. And Kanan, aka 50, let him live, so we might get to see him again. You never know what that might possibly lead into. He was really funny, like I said. He has some really good catch lines on there, too. Catchphrases on there, man.
You make a very good point, because he could make a very strong role, considering.
Bro, that's definitely a repeat role, because you can always use a crackhead. Crackheads are more reliable than people think, bro.
Especially a crackhead who knows what he knows.
And got the connections that he got. They can sell you stuff. Like, crackheads be knowing stuff that you, like, I don't know, man. I think crackheads was around when the dinosaurs was here, bro. Like, I think they'd have survived for a long time, bro. Like, they'd be able to survive
Atomic blasts.
The Noah's Ark, even with that. Like, they was just probably just swimming like it wasn't nothing. From floating and smoking crack, bro.
Smashing against waves like it's nothing.
Like it was, they thought they was just rocking or something, bro. But let's go ahead and go into the next topic, which is the show or movie to recommend for episode 22 of What the Fudge Podcast. And my show that I'm going to recommend is Arrested Development, and you can definitely catch it on YouTube. It's a very hilarious show. It's got a lot of it's on Netflix, my bad. It's on Netflix. You can definitely it's got a lot of good actors in it. It has major actors from a lot of different good movies. It's about a rich family that they're pretty much, they got some dirt going on in their background, and they're going through litigation, people going to jail, people losing their hands to ferocious seals, and
wait, hold on. So is this a
boats
drama,
getting jacked?
comedy?
It's a comedy.
Okay.
It's
Do you say like
definitely
seals?
a comedy, bro. People getting their hands bit off by ferocious seals, bro.
Ferocious seals.
And I be telling my wife, Shelly G, all the time, bro, you can't trust these sea creatures, man. And this show just proves why you can't, bro. So check that out. It's on Netflix. Dan, let me know what your show or movie to recommend for this episode is, homie.
I would definitely have to say Ready Player One. It is a movie. I just watched it last night.
I ain't seen this one yet, bro. What's that about? That's that game one, bro?
It's a gaming one. So essentially the plot is, it is the year 2040 something, and humans have used up all resources, but we escape reality by playing a video game, which is essentially a universe. That's virtual crazy. Reality. You put on this headset and you live in this game, and everybody knows each other through this game because everybody create an avatar. So you can be whoever you want to be, and it just eventually becomes a really good story about friendship and getting away from the video games.
Getting away
but
from
also
the
importance of pop culture, because especially 80s and 90s pop culture, because if you watch this movie and you grew up in the 80s, you grew up in the 90s, you're going to see a lot of little Easter eggs in there that you're going to be like, what? No, what? How did they pull that off? Oh, this is phenomenal.
Oh, anybody born after that, y'all probably shouldn't even, because y'all ain't going to understand none of it. What's a VHS? What is that thing?
Who is Chucky?
Who is Chucky? What is that? So that's pretty tight, bro. I like that. Ready Player One, man.
Definitely
Go check that out, y'all. Let's go into the bring back movie or TV show. This week, I'm definitely gonna recommend. I think if I haven't, I don't remember, bro. Like I said, it's been a while. Y'all know. Y'all go ahead and hit me and let me know. I think they should bring back the show Heroes that they had on NBC with the superheroes, with the flying and. It was like a real life version of X-Men or something like that, man. Save the cheerleader. I ain't even care about the cheerleader. They didn't even have to save her, bro. They could have had her die off and kept the season going, bro. Like that joint, that episode, well, she was kind of like Wolverine. She had Wolverine's power, man. She could rejuvenate, but she ain't had a craziness like him.
Yeah. Nah, she didn't have claws either.
That show was really, really tight. They tried to bring it back. They tried to bring like this other little reboot.
Yeah.
And it was some scribbity scrub. It wasn't tight. It was a little scribbity scrub. It was a little scribbity scrubbish, and I think that they could have did a better job. All they had to do was come hit up Sites, man. I would have gave y'all some pointers and some views as a fan on what to do and what not to do, because it definitely was some triggity trash. Like it was some.
So you're saying it was the fried gizzards on the menu?
It was the fried gizzards with a side of fugaziness on with a side of fugazi shrimp. So. Let's go ahead, Dan. Let me know what your I know you new to it, but let me know what your bring back movie or TV show is gonna be for this week.
So I actually just got word that this is coming back. They signed on a 50 episode contract, which is phenomenal. But so I can't wait for it to come back. But this show is also notorious because it takes 2 years for a season to drop in.
Man, you talking about Game of Thrones or what you talking? It's got to be something.
I'm not
crazy.
talking about Game of Thrones and all the wieners and that, but
what you?
I'm talking about Rick and Morty.
Hey,
Rick and Morty. If you haven't watched Rick and Morty, you need to watch Rick and Morty. It's kind of this Back to the Future Doc and Rick type of vibe to it.
Cartoon version,
but it's. I mean, the adult humor in it is on point. It touches on the aspects of a lot of things. I love it. It's hilarious. It's my go-to time for me to fall asleep to something other than Snapped.
Other than that, I can understand, bro. So
yeah, when I
go check that Rick and Morty out. It's on Hulu. I know it's on Hulu. I shout out to Hulu too. We ain't hating on Hulu, so shout out to Hulu. Is it on Netflix?
I don't think it's on Netflix, but it's on Hulu.
It's definitely on Hulu, so go check it out on there. Before we go ahead and go into our next segment, which is the bedtime story, and this week we have The Little Mermaid Homie Part 2. You know, if you listen to the last episode of Part 1, I know you've been hanging on trying to figure out what the princess gonna do after she done went to the ratchet witches of the seaside and got her voice, and she want to twerk and do all kinds of craziness. So this is Part 2 of The Little Mermaid Homie that we about to go into. Get your blankets and your pillows all ready. It's definitely night time. I want to thank you guys for listening to What the Fudge Podcast, episode number 22. I want to thank you guys for following us. To check out all of our stuff on Instagram at What the Fudge Podcast, on Spreaker.com, YouTube. You can listen to it on iHeartRadio. You definitely put it on while you ride in the car on the way to work. If you're in traffic, you can listen to it while you're at the gym. If you're using proper public restroom etiquette and you dropping that deucem, go ahead and pop this in, get your laugh in real quick. So people probably,
exactly. For the people that don't read.
For the people that don't like to read, you can definitely listen to this. It's gonna get you some laughs, and you might shoot out a couple. You know what I'm saying? But thank you guys for listening. I want to thank my co-host Dan, my homeboy, my brother. I want to thank you for coming through and hosting this thing with me. How'd you like the episode, bro?
I definitely enjoyed it, man. Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure. It was a blast. You know, no crazy adventure.
No crazy adventure so far. Man bust through the wall. Now, if a car come driving through that wall, bro, you definitely paying for that joint, bro, because you spoke it up, and I got it recorded right here on What the Fudge Podcast, episode 22. Thank you guys for checking us out. Y'all have a good night, man.
Deuces.
The Lil Mermaid Homie, Part 2 by Siceman. The Lil Mermaid Homie reached the royal projects hoping the young gangster prince homie would remember her. A block party was being held in the royal projects, and not knowing the mermaid homie, the security would not let her inside. Hearing that music knocking and them big old beats and speakers banging, she started to twerk. Unlike any person has ever twerked before. Seeing her astonishing twerking abilities, the security allowed her inside the function. Now the function was all the way lit. Music was cranking, the food looked bomb, and in the distance she saw the young gangster prince shooting dice by the throne. But blowing on his dice for good luck was the princess with the bomb lace front wig. When the young gangster saw the Little Mermaid homie, he did not recognize she was the one that rescued him. The king announced the lace front princess as the future bride of the hood. This announcement left the Little Mermaid homie in tears. She ran out of the party and back to the sea. She told her sisters about the story and the deal she made with the ratchet witches. Not knowing her older sisters was really about that life, they all headed to the ratchet witch's home. The oldest sister knocked on the door, and when the ratchet witch answered, they all began to promptly jump her. While the second to youngest daughter filmed everything screaming World Star. Once they got her voice and makeup kit back, she returned to the surface to tell the young gangster prince everything. The lace front princess was banned from the hood for false flagging a hero set. Meaning she was faking like she was saved the prince, and she didn't, for those layman folk. The young gangster prince and the Little Mermaid homie had a huge wedding with everyone from the hoods on the land and the sea there. All except her father, who turned out to be a snitch informant on his old drug crew on the land. But other than that, they lived happily ever after. The end.
Look at the top of his head.